it. Now we're just going to wait for some people. Thought some people would be in here by now. This is Nick's Topics, right? What's going on? You just need to wait a little bit. Give it a few minutes here and then get some people in. All right, so now we're just going to give it a few minutes here, and then we're going to get started with the replay through of Destinies, part 1, and the Q&A for today, which, like last time, I'm going to be doing gaming first. Give it another few minutes here. Geez, we're 5 minutes in. I thought we'd have more people in, especially on a Q&A day. Good thing I'm going to be extending the stream as a whole. I'll give it about 30 seconds and then we're going to get started. Give it about 6 minutes each time for people to get in here. All right, we're gonna give it about 10 seconds. So anybody who's in the stream, make yourself known. 10 seconds, we're gonna get started. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Do we got anybody? I really don't want to talk to myself. But if we ain't got anybody in here yet, I don't want to wait too much longer. I am on the right channel. No, I'm definitely on the right channel. I'll give it 8.5 minutes, no more, because you figure people have been showing up early for the past few streams and now starting to die down again, especially on a Q&A day. All right, time's up. We're going to go ahead and get started. Figure I gave everybody some kind of time to get in here. So, this is the replay through of Walking Dead Destinies. We got through the whole game last time, ending off with T-Dog being the governor and killing Glenn. This time we're going to play through, and this time I'm going to make Shane live again, except this time I'm going to kill Beth instead of Maggie. And I'm going to go through every ending possible. So there's going to be no finales now like I just did. I put a finale for last episode because it was the finale. But anyways, now it's just going to be a complete replay through exploring every ending, which is going to be quite a decent amount of parts. And then afterwards, like last Saturday, we're going to do a Q&A. But I wanted to do the gaming first like last time. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Hello? Okay. We're going to start a new game. Hopefully everything's saved. Hi, Braden. So since you just got in here, I'm going to go ahead and explain what we're doing. Like last Saturday, I'm doing the gaming first and then the Q&A. And I completed the game yesterday. If you were not here for that stream, we ended with T-Dog being killed by Shane and the game having a terminus teaser. So now we're going to play through it all again. That's why I named it Replay Through and put a finale in the last episode. It's going to be a complete replay through. We're going to explore all the endings. So this time I'm going to play as Shane again and get to the part where he kills Rick. But this time I'm going to save Beth instead of Maggie. I'm literally going to go through every ending possible with Shane and with Rick. And afterwards, we're going to do the Q&A, because we're obviously not going to complete that all again today, even if I do know how to play the game. But we're going to get through an hour as much as we can, now that we know everything that happens. Figure, at least since someone got in here, I'd explain what's going on again. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this again. We're going to keep it easy, just because the walkers and even part of the bosses got kind of, tough. So yeah, after we're done with about an hour of today's playthrough, going through and playing it all again, which will, like I said, be a lot of parts, we're going to do a Q&A. Hopefully we get more people before that happens. I would certainly hope so. I expected more people in by today. Past few streams before, streams recently have been kind of dying down, and then the past two, we had people join 30 seconds in. Now they're dying down again. People must just be really that busy. Hopefully this stream's going to be over 2 hours because of the gameplay and the Q&A, so we should expect more people. So we're going to play it all again. Back to the beginning. I wonder. Okay, so that guy, whoever said that the skill point tree saves, even for a new save, the load saves just takes you right to the end, but the new saves makes you start all over. So I'm going to have to only apply skill points to the people I know I'm going to spare, like Maggie and Shane and stuff. I shouldn't even apply skills to Rick, because he's going to end up dying again anyway.
Somebody help me. Need to push this gurney away from the door.
The only part that I'm going to change about this replay through so far is I'm going to make Beth survive instead of Maggie. So most of the playthrough for, I'm going to play this through multiple times now. So most of it is going to be a rinse and repeat, but that's only because I don't want to just skip to the part where it's a new, scene, because that wouldn't make for a long video if I just skipped to, particular scenes, So I want to, do it all the way through again, especially to get better at the game. Yeah, knowing what I'm doing now will make it a lot easier. You can skip the cutscenes. Huh. Wonder if you can actually go through that door. No, you can't? Well, that's a shame. Now I know everything of what to do. And I'm going to repeat this to the people who just got in here. Since I'm replaying this through all the way, I'm going to be exploring small endings at first with all of Shane, since I played with him leading the group. So most of the decisions that I made from the first playthrough are going to remain the same. So most of the gameplay is going to remain the same, just so you guys are aware. Only thing that's going to remain different is how I play the game.
Make any noise when I'm crouched. Takes them longer to spot me if I'm crouched. Better stay low here so they don't see me.
I don't care if they see me. Literally, I know how to play the game now. Hey, Nick. Hi, King Devin.
Gotta roll to get out of this. Should get me going.
No, I'm not gonna make Rick live for a while. Since you guys voted Shane first, this playthrough, the only change, this is gonna be pretty much the exact same as my last playthrough, except the only difference is I'm going to spare Beth instead of Maggie. So literally everything that I did in the last playthrough is going to be the same. No, I'm not going to handcuff Merle. Not yet. I want to explore every single ending the game has to offer. And it might seem like I'm being a little bit boring, like it's going to be that way, but honestly, it's the best thing to do. Because what's the point of exploring a what-if game about The Walking Dead if I don't explore all the endings, you know? So yes, most of it will be boring, but it will pick up as soon as I do like particularly different choices, you know? Like for example, whenever... Yeah, so we already know what happens. Yeah, we'll just go through every ending. And having Beth around, who knows, that might actually play something different. Oh, I mean having Maggie around, that's going to be different. But then again, it's not going to be that different, considering in the last episode, the finale, Carol, Rick, and Maggie were apparently resurrected with the freaking Dragon Balls. So, who knows? It might still glitch again, even if I just change my gameplay to Beth dying instead of Maggie. And then in the next playthrough, when I play this through the third time, I'm going to make Carl die instead of Beth or Maggie. So, yeah, I'm going to... Give me the stuff. Yeah, we might. So yeah. I'm not even gonna, and from now on, since I know what's going on here, I'm only going to apply skill points to the people who I'm actually going to keep alive. So Rick, I'm not going to do anything with him because, you know, I'm going to make the decision again, once again, to kill him. Spoiler alert, because I ain't, since you guys voted Shane first, that means that decision, I'm going to do everything with that first. So, yeah, Rick's kind of out of the bag for now. Does that mean we're not going to see more of him later? Of course not. That's why we're going to explore all the endings.
After that, I need to go find my family.
The best way to take these things down is nice and quiet.
Give me that knife.
Takes a lot out of you. Be careful, else you'll run out of stamina when you need it most.
I don't care.
Now try using a bat to smash him in the head.
Dude, Morgan, don't you just love whenever you go through a video game again and the characters still tell you how to play the game and you're just like, man, be quiet. I know how to play this game. It's like a manager at a workplace telling you how to do your job after being there for a long time. Shh. Or a teacher telling you how to do a math problem even though you know what you're talking about. Shh. It's simple stuff like that that can annoy a person. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Hear that? Your adrenaline goes up every time you hit or kill one of those walkers.
I know.
That'll restore some health back too. Don't feel sorry for them. They're all
Find a police cruiser. Yeah, man, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why this playthrough is going to be so much quicker now, since I know what I'm doing. So even if it's going to be boring gameplay with me, like, doing the same stuff, like, most of the time now, it's going to be fast because I know what I'm doing. And I might not waste so much time killing walkers this time. But, you know, sometimes I can't help myself. I kind of just eat it up. The only cutscene we're really going to sit through is Beth dying. Who knows? Beth dying instead of Maggie might change more in the story. But like I said, that glitch really makes me wonder. Like that glitch at the end of the last episode makes me wonder if it's really going to change anything. Multiple glitches with like 5 of our characters somehow coming back from the dead.
You're a good man, Rick. I hope you find your family.
Oh, I will.
Broadcasting on emergency channel.
I wonder if you could skip through the cutscenes the first time. But I wouldn't have wanted to anyway, because, you know, it was the first time playing the game. Who's going to skip through a cutscene like that? Not me. Whew. All right. 20 minutes in, we're beating the record of, like, doing this fast so far. Good. That's why I love playing games. Once you're getting to the like gear of it all, you get to speed run it and makes it so much easier. But with this, some parts you just can't speed run because you never know like what's gonna happen. Which is why whenever Beth dies instead of Maggie, I ain't gonna skip through it. I want to see what happens. And of course you guys are going to want to see that too, so why would I skip it for you guys especially? Because I guarantee you the majority of you haven't seen most of these endings, but you did tell me about a bunch. You guys told me about a few of the endings and you were right, so I have to give you guys at least a bit more credit on that one. You guys are easy pickings.
Dead end. I gotta get out through that bus.
Now I know how to get through here. Did it? Get over here! I love how it glitches to the ground sometimes when you go for adrenaline. It's like, I wonder if they're really ripping it off of when Negan killed, like, the cameraman in the season 6 finale. Who knows? These might be Easter eggs. Like I said, that Terminus reference at the end of the game, that's not a coincidence. We're getting more in this game. And if we're not, that's just a dirty teaser. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Rick, we're all aware that your blood's boiling. You know, all of you have only said it 50 freaking times since I started this game. Like, Jesus, you think that even the actors would get tired of listening to themselves talk over and over again? I mean, if they were repeating the lines. I know it's just repeated audio, but I don't know. You'd think the...
Blood is boiling.
Well, helping Beth live in this game or die, it doesn't really matter either way because they don't show the hospital arc. So if they do make DLC, they got to make her live past the hospital arc. Because making her live here, that's one thing. Okay. Now I know what to do here. Come on. Come on, move. Climb. At least I know what to do now. Maybe, you know how last time I tried to fight all those walkers and then I couldn't, then I fell down and I couldn't fight them all, even when I wanted to because, you know, I went by the tank? We're going to fight them this time. We're going to try. I want to see if you can. Let's do this. Come on, I can do this. I wanted to do this last time, I couldn't, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take all of them on. I did it! Do I even need to go to the tank now? I did it. Can we just, like, you know, maybe move me forward, make this an alternate ending? Rick somehow bravely fights the walkers and gets to, you know, meet Glenn a different way? Maybe? Hello? Hello? Oh, come on! I just fought that whole stampede of walkers without somehow dying, and you're gonna do me dirty like that? I don't need to hide in the tank. Well, that's dumb. Oh, and they somehow magically respawned. Who are you calling dumb? I just took on a whole stampede of walkers, Glenny.
Man, that guy screwed him. But if I get to make...
What do you mean? They just practically respawned out of the friggin' woodwork. How am I the dumb one? That's stupid. That should definitely have been an alternate ending. But of course not. Because why would it be an alternate ending, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too far ahead. I got to finally smash all those walkers' heads in that I couldn't in the first playthrough, and you're telling me that it doesn't do anything? Of course it doesn't, because no one expects Rick to be able to take on that whole horde in Season 1. Heck, he's never shown to take out a full horde until he friggin' blew up the bridge. And you can't count the battle with that horde he had in Season 6 after Carl got shot, because everyone was helping him. See, I'm still going to get skill points and get all that stuff, but I'm only going to use it for the characters that are actually going to, you know, have that stuff. Like Glenn, for one thing. Except, actually, since I'm going to be doing everything exactly the same except Beth living, or, I'm sorry, not living, dying, Glenn's going to end up dying at the way end of the game anyway. So these two get X'd out.
Walkers are gathering on the left. I can start there. Draw their attention.
The fact that you stab with a crowbar in this game is so illogical. You don't stab with a crowbar. Let me ask you guys something. Have you ever seen someone stab with a crowbar?
We need to get to that fire truck. Blood is boiling.
See, that's different. That's a maneuver that can actually be like, the stabbing part, like, actually makes sense a little bit. But no. Who does that? Exactly! And I'm not even talking about just the show. I'm talking as a whole. Nobody stabs with a crowbar. Yeah, somehow walkers magically respawn there after I, killed all of them. Because why not? Good grief.
Hurry up! We're on the roof of the building with the yellow stairs. Just follow me out.
Sure, whatever. Okay, let me out. Okay? I forget which way you went. Oh, never mind. I'm good. Yeah, that's why I preferred this game over any other Walking Dead game, because it perfectly represents the show, except it doesn't. It's a mixed package, because we all know characters that they missed, and this, that, and the other thing, but they still made it with, like, the show and everything else. They did good while doing bad, if you get what I mean. Which is why, as I keep saying, it deserves at least a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I'm probably going to make it 7.
Glenn, nice to know there's still decent people.
All right.
Dixon, are you crazy? Hey! You ought to be more polite to a man with a gun, huh?
Okay, skipping. We already know what we're doing here. We're going to defuse the situation. Remember, we're doing everything but Beth living. So we already know what happens. This is pretty much going to be a speed run. Some parts more than others. So far, I beat this in half the time that I did with the first part. So we most likely will get to the highway scene today. I'm glad that you can skip through the cutscenes.
Too long.
Yeah, especially that Shane and Lori one. Yeah, no thank you. Thank you for that axe.
Nice.
Skill points.
I can't go back just yet.
Yeah, I'm glad that I know what to do now in the game.
Nice fun. Shit. Where'd all these things come from?
I think that's why I've always been a big gamer, because once I get it in my head what to do and everything, I'm just like, boom, I'm at it. Like, next time I play it, it's not even a problem.
That son of a bitch is drawing every walker for miles with that racket.
We already know Shane's gonna be living. I just flung that guy like more than the others. And since Shane is gonna be living, oh, we got the whole group here now. So I'm gonna keep Carol because I feel that maybe Maggie surviving will possibly stop Carol from dying. Maybe. That's a big maybe, though. But we definitely know that Shane's going to be living.
This will come in handy. Hey, this will come in handy. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. Hey, this will come in handy. Hey, this will come in handy.
And Merle is going to be living, so we'll keep him.
This will come in handy. That's going to be great.
Who else? Who else? Daryl, we know he's going to live.
That's going to be great. That's going to be great.
All right, that's all we got so far. Okay. See, I love this. I love that I can actually do this all over again and like experience more endings and stuff. That's why even if the game is, you know, kind of bad, it's good. That's just me.
I'll take that. Thanks.
Hello, worthless, insignificant walkers! How about you do me a big fat favor and leave? I don't think that they do, Shane. Just an opinion. They might not like it. Then again, I don't think walkers have really the they don't have the brain cells to function if they want something or not. It's kind of based on instinct. Stupid.
I'll take that. Thanks.
You just said thanks to an inanimate object, Shane. Shh. Man, I knew Shane was a little loopy, a little crazy, but he just took it to a whole new level there. I just took out two at once. Neat. Now get up! That's what I thought. And don't get up again. I don't even know why I picked that up, to be completely honest with you. Oh, you just came out of bloody nowhere. Not anymore. 6. Now, I'm gonna kill you. Go ahead. Get up again. Get up again. Come on. Yeah, didn't think so. Do me a big fat favor. Stay down. All right, got all of it. Now I just need to get back to camp. Flash! Woo! Wow, it didn't glitch to the ground this time. Stay dead.
Get off of me!
Yeah. Next time, do me a big fat favor. Stay dead. Ignore that. Pick up medicine. Crowbar. Blah. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. I already got everything that I need. Is that the last skill point?
But I did everything I could, didn't I?
No, you really didn't. I mean, you did, Shane, but you didn't. Last playthrough, punching me in the face right now for saying that.
Try to keep them safe, no matter what.
Yeah, and we're gonna kill Rick to do it because we're just the bestest best character that can ever best. Right, Shane? Freaking jump like a superhero character and crap.
Lori and Shane heading back to camp now.
Yeah. Head on back to your little princess baby queen who accept frickin' go ahead and make Rick's life miserable. Yeah, and while we're at it, let's not pay attention to Carl for more than 10 seconds, Lori. How about we do that? Sorry, whenever I get the chance, I just cannot, like, when it comes to a certain character in a show or movie, like Lori, for example, I can't not make fun of them. Let's be honest here. We've all wanted to make fun of Lori.
Time to meet the new neighbors, I guess. Look at this. Listen to me. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna do the, I forget what we did here. These really don't matter either. So I'm just gonna do this.
Give me a break.
Yeah, that I realize more and more that even those little moments right there
Forward, soldier.
don't matter.
Run. Let's check out the map over on that table.
Yeah, seriously. Michonne has a much higher patience tolerance than Lori did.
Always need stuff.
Good. Yeah. Facts. But I'm glad in my what if Lori survived, at least made her character likable. And going on to making her live in other stories, because I know how to switch around a character. All right. Exactly. Even when she thought that he was dead and she, you know, accidentally kissed Ezekiel before Ezekiel was about to commit suicide or whatever, she instantly backed up on it and felt, she said they'd never work out anyway, which is funny because they're together in the comics. But my point being, yeah, Michonne is definitely like, yeah, definitely much better for Rick. Just wish Lori would have been given the chance to at least try and change her ways.
Better conserve ammo. It won't last forever. Lock and load.
Rick, help!
How about no? I could help you, but do I want to help you? That's the real question.
Rick, over here!
I mean, I tried ignoring this once before and apparently, with the 150 endings, her dying, apparently, like, you can only make happen if you, like, kick Andrew out. So, you know, that's a little bit, yeah, I don't know. I expect too much while expecting a lot, if you get what I mean.
Carl, you have to find.
Excuse me?
Dad! Help! I'm over here!
Stay put.
I would appreciate not that kind of talk on the channel for one thing, and if you're gonna talk like that, everybody talks different, so please, can you just not talk that way?
Get off of me!
If you're gonna talk that way and be rude, please leave the channel. I don't appreciate that talk on the channel.
Let him up. Get off of me!
Okay, now both of them are gone. Out of my hair.
Wait, from me!
It won't start. Come on, come on. Dad! You're attacking the RV!
I'm aware of that.
See? Go!
The RV.
Get out of here!
I would appreciate that you, like, leave. And for anyone who wants to try and, like, you know, call this guy out, be my guest, because I don't appreciate that talk. And I would call him out, but for one thing, 2 wrongs don't make a right, and 2, I'm playing a game.
You're gonna get in! Get in the way, Dad!
Yes, Carl, I'm aware of that.
The RV's taking a beating. Hurry!
See? Go!
Almost got it. Almost.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna ignore. You know, you're not the first bumbling nincompoop to come on here on this channel and freaking go ahead and make fun of me and all that. So go ahead, preach to the choir on your whole little aspect of trying to make your life better and everything else. Because honestly, I don't care.
Mind if I do?
You can talk all you want. Don't care.
See? Go! Need healing.
Crap. I'm getting distracted.
I need to take the edge off.
Okay. There we go.
More ammo's always welcome. Get out of here!
You know, I could bounce back at you, but I'm not going to. Because I don't like to come on to other people's channels and make their lives miserable. I get on this channel to frickin' tell stories, play cool games, and have fun. Make people happy. You just come on here to frickin' be a nuisance, you can just go home. If you even have one. If you do, I feel sorry for the people raising you. There, I bounced back. I hope that sits well in your system with your short attention span.
Don't mind if I do. This helps. Don't mind if I do.
Anyway, I'm gonna ignore that because I'm kind of getting a little heated here. A little distracted.
Reload.
Okay, I need more ammo. Shit. Now I almost want to take on these walkers to take on some kind of, what's it?
More ammo's always welcome.
Pick up item? Okay, we're all good. Let's see here. Homemade grenade. I already have a bat.
Get out of here!
Okay, there we go. Eh.
Lock and load.
Yeah, they want attention because people like him have short attention spans. They're so far left, they're spinning in circles.
Reload.
What, Beth dying? You're looking forward to that? Yeah, as long as they change it up and don't make it almost the exact same, I'm looking forward to it too. But we'll see.
More ammo's on this move.
Well, maybe if you use these magical things called ears, you'd realize that I'm saying it in the correct manner of which it is spoken, attention span. But you probably have so short of one that you can't tell your left from right, and you think the sky looks like frickin' smoke. I don't know why I'm bouncing back all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna ignore him. How am I, like, getting them up in the air with the revolver? I've also gotten a lot better shooting. At first it was, like, poor, like, accuracy with the guns, and it still kind of is. Yeah, we're gonna get to the highway scene today in Sophia and everything, which is fine, you know? We might even get to, like, the Beth scene today. I might even extend it to that, because this speedrun's actually been much faster than I anticipated. Well, that's what happens when you play a game more than once and you get the hang of it, you know? Let's get out of here with that. Yeah, at this point I might even get into it because if I'm bad at playing, then explain to me how I've... you know what? I get into my game history, but we're not going to get into that. Yeah, we're not going to get into that. Yeah, most likely. And to be honest, the resolving conflict things, those don't really matter. Just like those expeditions, they don't really seem to do anything. So we're not really going to bother with them.
Great.
So we're just going to unlock, like I said before, the skills that, the characters that are going to be alive. Hi, Garjulio. Just beware for anyone who's coming in here. We got a comedian as whoever eloquently put it. It was either Braden or King Devon or something. Just beware of him, you know.
Great.
WLF is his name. 3 whole letters. Probably took him 3 years to even come up with a name.
This will come in handy. We gotta straighten these two out before.
Oh, so wait, you have to do the group conflicts? I mean, I guess, but they don't really do anything.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, those don't really do anything, so the only things that I'm going to worry about is Beth dying, you know? Like going to the place and everything. That's all we're going to worry about.
What we can delegate.
Whew. Yeah, they don't really... I thought that they did more at first, but they don't really seem to. The expeditions, I even thought, did more. Maybe when they finally come out with more for this game. Like I said, it has to be before the beginning of 2025. Because that Terminus teaser... Okay, Here. Hold on. Here's what I'm thinking. For those of you saw the Terminus teaser in the last episode. So here's what I'm thinking. That comes down to one of two things. Either number one, they teased it because people who watch the show know that that's what happens next, or within the next year before 2025, they maybe plan to expand the game. Let's hope for the former, because I want to see this game continue.
Rick, walkers, the rest of them headed this way.
I'm glad you can skip these. And now we're going to get to an annoying part in the game, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. For those of you who watched my last playthrough, you know all too well about what I'm about to say. But we're not going to get into that just yet. We're going to get rid of these annoyingly obnoxious walkers. Kill them both at once, which is awesome. I'm going to pick up that machete. Thank you. I'll deal with the stabbing, kind of, for the machete. Machete I can deal with stabbing a little bit more. Key word there, a little. Because it still doesn't seem that logical. And for those of you questioning whenever I played this through the first time about Sophia being found in a tent, you're right. She wasn't found in the tent, but Daryl and them did look in it, and Rick asked for Carol to call out for her and everything. That's why I thought she was in the tent.
What can I do? Here's the plan.
Ah, man, they should have done like season 5 Rick's like machete thing. Like him just rapidly swinging down with the machete. They missed that opportunity.
Can't get too close, that thing's about to blow.
Pick up ammo.
Founders, keepers.
You know what? I'll use the shotgun. Rick's gonna die in the next like part or so anyway. Oh, now I know to expect those dynamite walkers. You're not gonna fool me with that like you did 700 times in the last playthrough. That little trick won't work twice.
I'll find her. Sophia! Sophia!
Okay, I need to get ammo. Pick up item. Thank you. Bat. Pick up item.
Get off of me!
You walkers really like hugs, don't you? Well, I'll give you the certified... Sorry, I couldn't speak there for a second. I'll give you the certified ticket hug from Rick Grimes himself. The hug of death. How about that?
Founders, keepers.
What? Ready for this?
Got more ammo. Okay. There's Sophia, but we're not going to talk to her yet because I don't feel comfortable getting to that part yet and her having to die. Sophia, can you be quiet for a sec, please? Please, maybe? I mean, you're going to die anyway, so what's the point in taking, a little bit longer? I mean, in my mind, that's how I look at it. Let me pick up the ammo. Okay. She's screaming bloody murder. I mean, I probably would too. Well, here we go with this. I already know what happens. But like I said in the first playthrough, this is so stupid. The fact that we have to just leave her there. it is really unfortunate. Out of all the endings, all the possible, you know, what ifs that you could put in a video game, especially when it comes to The Walking Dead, you couldn't have made this kid live. You know what? Just for the heck of it. Nah, I thought not.
Gotta clear the area.
I just thought by somehow picking up the shotgun this time would maybe just put her out of her misery so we wouldn't have to see her in that barn.
Her came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rick, got a lot of bright folks here coming back.
Yeah, I'm aware of the walkers, Shane, my dude. To be honest, I don't care.
Boss.
I didn't even use the shotgun last time. I used the revolver on this part.
Founders.
Get off of me, you rats! Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me go. Let me go.
You tell him, Ricky Dicky Doodah Grimes. I've gotten so much more used to saying that. Hey, I unlocked an achievement. No, as a matter of fact, I did not miss you. As a matter of fact, oh, great, now I got distracted again. The only person that probably missed you is yourself because you're that dang pretentious and freaking narcissistic. If you're wondering why I'm using big words like that, it's to confuse the lesser beings, known as jerks. That's the world we live in now. Don't forget that, peeps. Thank you. Now I have to use this.
Take the edge off.
Oh, man. See, I thought that I could get the hang on those, like, exploding walkers, but, like, sometimes it's hard to see, like, the dynamite on them. That's why you never say never when it comes to anything. Because you could play a game 1,000 times and still mess up on a few parts, you know what I'm saying? So,
Smart.
yeah.
Sophia.
Okay. Now we're gonna look and there's not gonna be a Sophia, because why would there be? Bye-bye! And now the game's gonna tell us a random hunter shot Carl and not even mention who it is, because why would they? Seriously, that's like saying Carl or Rick doesn't matter whenever you don't put characters like that in the game, like Otis, Tyrese, whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
You gotta do something.
Okay, this is where it changes.
Give me a break.
Beth is going to go this time, and we're going to kill her. So, we're already getting into that. Yeah, you know what's funny to me? The fact that they say Sophia left the group. Even though she was not part of it. Like, come on!
This will come in handy.
Herschel, I'm not going to give skill points to, because if Beth dies and Herschel somehow still dies with Shane in charge, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to risk it.
This will come in handy.
Carol, I'm not so sure about yet. I'm doing the ones that I think are going to survive because of Beth's influence being gone, you know? Oh, I can't even do... This time I can do Maggie, though. So, you know, that's cool. All right. We're literally getting into it today. So I did not think that we would get into this today.
Always need stuff.
So now we're getting into Shane and Beth, and we're going to see what happens, at least with this particular part. With Beth dying. But we'll see. I know it's going to be different with seeing Beth's name on the gravestone instead of Maggie's, but I wonder if it's going to change anything past that. Probably just some like different like interactions, probably, but we'll see. We're already getting into it today. I was going to extend the stream period because it took some people some time to get in. And plus, after this, I'm going to be doing the Q&A. So, yeah. Skip through it. Yes, I know. I've already been to this place before, man. Oh.
Stay quiet and meet back here after.
Wait a minute. Wait. Before we played as Shane first. So, didn't we? Because I'm sure we did. Whenever it was Maggie who went with Shane, did we not play as Shane first? Because I swear we did.
Gotta find the medical supply storage area.
Yeah, I feel like we did.
The military used this school as a medical hospital in the old days. It's pumping.
Jeez. Whoa! I hate it when I can't tell if those are gonna happen or not. Yeah, but I feel like we played as Shane first, didn't we? And it was him who went into that room first. Or am I going crazy? I don't know if any of you can remember, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter, per se. But I just swear we played as Shane first. Okay, I'm out of ammo. Sweet! Don't bother me none. Stop screaming at me, Walker! I know you want to eat me, but you don't have to be that insistent. Oh, so I did play as Maggie first. Okay, thank you. I just wasn't sure or not, because I thought we played as frickin', because it's been a week, so small things like that I'm not gonna, keep instant track of. Wow, Emily Kinney poured her heart and soul into Beth. And like I said, last time I said she was emotionless. But to be honest, Beth's character as a whole is emotionless.
My blood's boiling.
Jeez. Whenever she wants to, Emily Kinney pours her heart and soul into this character. Good. I ain't gonna be making true fun of Beth anymore, and I really never have. You wouldn't expect half the actors to come back. But it is just for some dialogue.
Daddy says he needs a respirator. Here is the respirator.
I need medicine. Thank you.
Take the edge off. I'll take
Take that, and that, and that, and that. and skill points. Now we play as Shane.
Nurse's office.
Wait, what's that?
Nurse's office. Hang in there, girl.
Yeah, there's a bat right there, dude. Shh. This way. Wait. Ammo? No? You're not gonna give me ammo? Okay.
I'm in the building. Which way?
Alright. This way. I'll take the axe. Thank you. And I'm gonna kill the walkers because I can. Yeah, I knew that much. And Ones Who Live's coming in February. Who's excited? Who's excited to see frickin' Rick and Michonne back on the big screen? Because I know I am. Okay. This way. Yeah, me too. They better make him a big threat.
Oh, great.
I would certainly hope so.
Megan, looking for the equipment
Collect medical supplies. No, I thought I was collecting freaking pandas and stuffed teddy bears. Don't you tell me what I need to pick up. I know.
Adrenaline is pumping.
Don't tell me what I know. Well, the Daryl Show and Dead City aren't over yet. They're both redeemed for season 2. We just don't know when yet.
Got it. Get off of me!
Get off of me, you rat! Ah! Oh, you just came out of bloody nowhere, man. How about we not do that again and say we did? We could totally lie about that. And now we're going to go ahead and get random stuff.
These must be the doors. God damn it, walkers everywhere. This baby packs a punch. More ammo's always welcome.
Thank you. Medicine. Okay.
More ammo's always welcome. Lock and load.
Stand down. I'll pick up that hammer, thank you. Will you stop screaming at me?
Away from me!
Like, jeez.
Let me go!
Ugh.
Lock and load.
Okay. I will kill as many of you as I have to. Not gonna worry about it too much this time. Come on, Shane, this is way above your pay grade.
Let me go.
You're not giving yourself enough credit there. It's not letting me do adrenaline because you kill these walkers, except the fat ones, in one blow.
My blood's boiling. Go to the west side.
Good to know, Bethy.
To the gym there. We need to reach Shane.
Cool. I got a hammer too.
I hate this. It's only to get Shane.
Now get back.
Get away from me!
Stand down. Oh crap. Move. Oh, phew, that was close. Whew. Avoided that one.
Next time.
Pick up that. Now we gotta help Mr. Shane.
Move your ass.
Don't you tell me what to do.
More animals on one from Thunder's Keepers. Lock and load.
Maybe I won't help you. You ever think about that? Don't you freaking talk to me that way. You can wait now. No one talks to me like that if they want my help. Especially if Beth's about to die. What am I in a hurry for? Yeah, we're definitely getting to the part today. I know I said it already, but I'm just reaffirming. We're getting to the part that changes the story. Stop getting yourself in stupid situations, Shane! Like I said, way above your pay grade, man. What happened to your hammer? You had a hammer, Shane. Oh, now we got the big guy. All right, let's go.
Away from me.
Here we go.
Shane! Help!
Now, we see what happens if Beth died instead of Maggie.
God, forgive me.
This is the part that changes everything.
I'm sorry. It has to be this way.
Now we see what happens with Beth dying. Beth instead of Maggie.
I'm sorry, Herschel. There were just too many of them. I couldn't save her. If you hadn't brought back that medicine, Carl would have died.
Wow. Not too much of a difference overall, besides it being Beth instead of Maggie. But we're going to see how the rest of the story goes. Especially how Glenn's going to feel now that Maggie's around. Speaking of, we're going to see what Maggie has to say before we end off today's playthrough. Glenn and Maggie.
It's a new day, yes?
I can't believe this. What comes next?
Okay, so Glenn's still distraught.
I really missed that sports car. It was awesome.
I think you should know about this.
Give me a break.
Yeah, like I said, it really doesn't matter.
They say the Amicalola Falls are the tallest in Georgia. Not sure how that compares to the rest of the world, but that wasn't what struck me anyway.
Are you going to say something about Beth?
It's amazing how you all found each other.
What about Beth?
We've always been pretty self-sufficient. Guess that's how we've been able to keep going for so long.
Do you even care?
I'm ready to see what's out there. What's really out there.
Bruh.
We did everything we could. All you can hope for nowadays.
Bro. Seriously?
Times like these, you need to keep your family close. This too shall pass.
Maggie, bruh.
You'll get through it.
Do you not care about Beth?
They say the Amicalola Falls are the tallest.
Bro.
I thought everyone would be okay.
Okay.
I did.
Well, that's how we're ending it off. With Beth dying instead of Maggie, and seeing how the rest of the story is going to go through the replay through of The Walking Dead Destinies. So, yeah, we're going to see tomorrow, starting tomorrow, what happens with the rest of the story with Beth surviving, or Maggie surviving instead of Beth. With Shane as the leader. But, now that we're done with that, we are going to get into the Q&A portion of today's stream. That's what we're here for. Just let me get everything set up. All right. Now that we are officially done with the playthrough for today, before we get into the Q&A, what did you guys think about Beth dying instead of Maggie? Did I miss any comments by chance? Nah, I didn't. I'll see if I did while I wait for people to respond. Well, okay, guess nothing. I I personally think as long as they have good interactions with Maggie and Glenn talks about something other than pizza, should turn out pretty neat. But now we're going to get into the Q&A portion. So, I got the paper ready and the numbers ready. So let the Q&A portion of today's stream and Saturday begin. Let's load them up with questions. Remember, for those of you, what do I plan to do in the next playthrough? Well, since I mainly got to the part that I wanted to, that was differing from my last playthrough regarding Beth, I'm pretty much going to try and get into the prison. That's going to be the plan, which, considering this playthrough, will be most likely, and even a little bit past the prison, maybe even into Andrew. But we'll see. By the way, any of you who are new to the Q&A format, you can recommend any what-if idea from any show or movie-based franchise, but no singulars, because I like to focus on franchises. So weird, this is the second time that I've done more than one thing, like, regarding, like, Q&As. Doing more than one thing, like the gaming included. So, we'll do this for about an hour. And let's get to the questions. I've done 2 different playthroughs. It's definitely better to play as Shane. Yeah, I could see that on a few levels. Yeah, I wrote down all the numbers for my Q&A, all 40 numbers ahead of time, because I've done up to 40 ideas on a Q&A before, and I already have one saved from a previous stream a few days ago. What if Shane was the villain of the whole Walking Dead? I don't know who recommended that, but it was good, so that's the already first idea, and I didn't even have to write it down today. So, with an hour of the stream still available, let's get ourselves into the questions. And I will grab a drink while you guys cast your stuff. All right. Yeah, I didn't expect to get into the whole Beth different situation. Schleck devil. I'm doing all right. We just ended the first part of my replay through of Destinies up to the part where I wanted to change the story. Shane is still going to be the leader, killing Rick. Everything else is going to be the same, except Beth is going to die instead of Maggie. So we went ahead and did that. Yeah, I have that and Andrea. Whenever I mentioned this in a few streams, but I saved what if Glenn and Andrea were handcuffed, since T-Dog being handcuffed gave me that idea. And I'm going to make one of them with like a chainsaw arm and everything. It's going to be awesome. Neat. All right, we're into the Q&A portion of the stream, guys. Just ended the replay through part 1 with Beth dying instead of Maggie this time. So tomorrow we're going to see what little changes that makes to the story. And see if Glenn talks about something other than pizza. So far, he has not talked about pizza. Mainly because I've only talked to him once at the farm. So really haven't given him a chance to. But yeah, let's bring on the questions. Yep. We ended the gaming. We are doing this just how we did it last week when I got Destinies in the first place. I did the gaming first, and now we're on the Q&A portion of Saturday. So Let's build her up. One second. I gotta do something real quick while you guys think on questions. Hopefully I won't have to catch up on too many comments. Okay. All right. Well, that happened. All right. Okay. I'm all good. I already have all 40 numbers written down ahead of time for the Q&A. I'll be straight back. You guys go ahead and comment, and I'll be right back to see if we got any cool ideas. All right, I have returned. What if Negan killed Judith? We left off with I actually got to the part of Beth dying instead of Maggie. So tomorrow, whenever we play through and speed through like we just did today, we're going to be seeing how Beth dying instead of Maggie changes the story. Probably just extra interactions. What if Negan killed Judith? Something tells me that if he were to kill Judith, especially in Alexandria, Carl would have most likely put a bullet in his head right then and there, because he was so tempted to kill Negan back at the sanctuary, he would have certainly done it. And then the saviors would have come in, probably saw Negan dead, and would have either been so broken they would have surrendered, or they would have killed Carl and every single other person. So honestly, I don't like the idea of killing Judith as a whole. Some scenarios, like what if Lizzie killed Judith, and what if Lori just, took the pills actually, or what if they both died at the same time? That's one thing. But with certain scenarios like that, can't really do much. What if Andrea had killed Daryl? People have recommended me that before, and honestly, taking Daryl out like that, we needed Daryl for the majority. The only times I can think to kill Daryl are in very small situations, and possibly in his spinoff if they were to do that. Same with that Daryl and Carol one. Because if you kill Daryl or Carol off in a certain scenario before the spinoffs, really before the end of The Walking Dead, just in case if it were a certain scenario, like say for example, Dwight kills Daryl. Okay, that maybe works. But characters that have survived into spinoffs, it is very hard to kill them in any scenario. What if Joe from the Claimers was good and joined Rick's group? I have What If the Claimers Turn Good already saved. I think I just did that, I don't think someone recommended it to me, and if they did, I had already saved it. So that was a while ago. What if Shane survived the stab? I have What If Shane survived done already, and I have him going to other groups and have survived in pretty much almost all of my stories. But I finally found an idea where he survives and doesn't join another group. Like he actually tries to go back to the farm. I haven't thought of like 110% guaranteed idea yet, but it will happen. But we do have one idea saved from earlier this week. One of you recommended it to me. It was, what if Shane was the villain of the whole Walking Dead? And it was actually really good because it actually made me think of something good to do with Shane being like the whole reason maybe the apocalypse even started. What if Rick was able to convince the governor? I've done that what if before on my channel. It's somewhere on my channel about a year ago, something like that. You just have to look for it. Remember, just reminder, I don't like to repeat myself, but I'm just doing it just in case. You guys can recommend me any idea from any movie or show-based franchise. That means ones I've done, ones that I plan to do, stuff like that, but not like singular movies that don't like push into a franchise. Heck, I'm even gonna finally be looking into like all the Godzilla and Kong movies since they made both of them into one universe, especially with the new two new Godzilla and Kong movies coming out. Godzilla -1 and Godzilla and Kong, the new movie. So just any franchise, really. Just in case you guys forget that. I like I said, I don't like to repeat myself, but sometimes, you know, you have to. Let's see. What if Shane... Okay. If I don't think the governor at that time was really... See, it's kind of hard for the governor because at that time it was so recent to Michonne killing his daughter. I feel that season 4 would be the best time to possibly redeem him because season 3 he was still taking all that in. What if Shane never managed to save Lori and Carl and Rick found him in the Atlanta camp? That one I've done before, along with separate ones too. Like, what if Shane never managed to save Lori, a separate one, Carl, a separate one? I think both of them a separate one. If I don't, then you'll just see them as separate stories. What if Goku landed at Korin's? You know what the funny thing is? I have Goku going to other places like Baba's, the Red Ribbon Army, different places. But Korin, I didn't think about. So that's actually good. Because there's a decent amount that Korin could do in raising him, like with Ultra Divine Water and everything. It'd just be a little tricky, especially if he was a baby. And Goku might not even hit his head. What if... Excuse me. Something stuck in my throat. What if Lee and Clement... I don't play any other Walking Dead game except... what is it? Destinies. What if Rick had to kill Daryl? Yeah, that's another thing. Daryl... That's another situation where killing Daryl is a bad decision. For very few scenarios, what if Daryl died instead of Merle? After my What If Dale Survived remake, which is going to be featured after What If Eastman Survived, that's going to be the next story. That's a story where you can kill Daryl because Merle could replace him. But if you kill him off singularly without a backup partner like Merle or someone to replace him, it's very hard to replace a character like Daryl. What if Shane was in Scream? That one's saved already. What if Otis was able to kill Shane and survive instead of him? I have What If Otis Survived, and I think I have What If Otis Killed Shane as two separate stories. So yeah, you can even look at my community posts. I made 15 for my, what is it? I made a community post recently teasing a bunch of stories, and you could just look at them. In case you're ever wondering, I post updates about stories now, at least. Either I'll mention them in a video or something like that, or in a stream, or I'll make a community post and like tease a few stories. And I'm going to do that before 2023 ends. I'm going to tease a huge bunch of stories. I'm talking like 30. Because not only to make 2024 more hype for this channel, but because I'm not going to joke with you guys, but if you could see the memo, my quick memo, which is how I save all of my ideas, because I do everything mobile, I have over probably near 200 ideas for as a whole for what if ideas, and it just keeps growing. This channel is going to be alive for years, thanks to you guys, and thanks to my highly intelligent brain. I don't want to toot my own horn that much, but hey, you know. What if Shane, Lori, and Carl were still at Rick's town and saved him instead of Merle? That one I feels kind of hard because I feel that without a proper leader to help the rest of the Atlanta folk, it would just be all of them. That's kind of hard to do. What if Glenn... I know what you meant. But Shane's the whole reason, probably not only because of Lori and Carl surviving, but because everyone else survived. So if you put him in Rick's town, then you're kind of killing off everybody else. At that point, you're killing off a lot of good characters, and I don't see where the story would go from there. What if Glenn survived? You know what the funny thing is? I have separate what if saved finally for like Carl, I think Abraham, and stuff like that. Here's what I'm going to say. I can't do what if Glenn survived, because what if Maggie died instead of Glenn, the remake especially, that's a what if primarily focused on Glenn. So that's about the best you're going to get in that case, because that's the real only way that I see Glenn getting a full-on story. What if the governor had a relationship with Merle? Yeah, that's kind of out there and kind of I don't think that, yeah, I can't do that. What if Glenn was bitten on the leg instead of Herschel? I think I have other people bitten on the leg instead of Herschel, but as for Glenn, I don't think that I do. This is weird, but I've seen other people recommend this idea on their channels. What if Shane was obsessed with Rick? That almost goes with the governor relationship with Merle thing. It's kind of creepy. That's an idea that I feel is just not right for the channel. There are certain stories that are silly, and they're the good silly, but that one's kind of just Whew. All right. So we at least have 2 ideas so far, and I'm going, we still got plenty of time in the stream, about 40 minutes, give or take, and my phone's charging, so we'll be all right. Lizzie and Mika. All right, I can do that. We get to Lizzie's craziness much earlier on. And Lizzie and Mika wouldn't be too much younger. They'd probably just be like a year or two younger. Because by the time that they met them in season 4, it was only like a year, maybe even 2 years into the apocalypse. So not too far. So yeah, I'll save that for the third idea. That's a scenario that I can actually... You guys have recommended a bunch of people in the Atlanta camp. And a lot I could actually put in there. But when you put people like Troy or the governor or stuff like that, some are very hard to put in there because you're replacing you gotta replace them and somehow make the story still happen. Future God and future Trunks both went to the past. I have what if future Gohan lived instead of Trunks, and I'm pretty sure that I have other what ifs saved around both of them. Yeah, I just don't remember the names of them, but that's definitely one of them. And I've seen Salad Saiyan and other people make what ifs like that before too. Thomas and Andrew never survived, and Big Tiny. Well, if Big Tiny, Oscar, and Axel were the only prisoners, I don't know. I'm gonna do that one. Yeah, I'll do that one, even though I feel like it wouldn't change too much. But we'll see. If Andrew was the only prisoner like the Destinies game, then I feel that it would most likely play out the exact same way as the game and go further in depth with the show. So Lori would probably still die. T-Dog would still die. Unless you center it fully around the game with lack of pretty much everything, then it would go like the game. But as the show, it would most likely be the exact same. Except, what was I going to say? Yeah, anyways. What if Pope was the leader of Woodbury? You guys have swapped Pope and Negan before, and you did that in the last Q&A, but Pope and the governor? That would be meeting the Reapers, like, really early. Yeah, I could do that. What if Dale somehow survived his death from the series? Also, the death of the tainted meat that was meant for him and met the saviors and other groups. I have Dale surviving to the best of my ability. What if Madison's family joined Rick? And my What If Dale Survived original had him survive to the prison arc. And I've had him survive like kind of to the terminus. My remake, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is one key thing though. I teased the dark ending for What If Dale Survived the remake, and sadly, the only thing I'm going to spoil for that is that Dale does not survive past the governor. And there's a reason for that, but like I said, it's a dark, like, sort of ending, sort of not. It continues after, but I'm not going to spoil it, because it goes deep. I went deep with the story. But, yeah, that's 5 ideas so far. Okay. Okay. Thought I had to catch up on a comment or two. What if Morgan joined Atlanta camp? I can't do that because if he had joined, then one of two things would have happened. Rick would have died without Morgan saving him, or if Morgan joined Rick into going to the Atlanta camp, then whenever Rick gets stuck under the tank, Morgan most likely would have died. Rick would have been distraught and probably would have died there too. Lytra Storms covered a short about that specific idea. Oscar and Axel left prison and joined Negan. I feel that it's best with Oscar and Axel, especially with just the two of them. They would have not have made it to Negan. I feel that it's best that they stayed with the group. They were the redeeming prisoners besides Big Tiny, and he died before them. So I have what if Tomas survived as a real way to center the prisoners, but for that, no, I don't think they would make it that far. It was even a stretch bringing some characters like Sophia to Negan and even future ones like farther away. But I can think of it. It just takes a lot of process. And some characters you can't save. I try my best to anyway. Plus, these are just what-if stories, so they're not even real. They're just stories for us to entertain each other. But that's what it's all about. Tony Soprano. Who is that? Who's Tony Soprano? Wow, it got like really quiet. Jeez, sometimes I can deal with quiet, but like, hot dang. Yeah, I've never watched The Sopranos. So, yeah. I forgot that it's more quiet without the game music. What if Governor joined prison? I have had the Governor join sides before in What If Lori Survived, and I've done a What If about the Governor accepting Rick's offer. You just have to look for it on my channel. So just watch both of those. The What If Lori Survived series and yeah, the other one I talked about. What if Shane killed Ed? Someone asked me what if Shane killed Ed early and became like, got with Carol instead of Lori? So that's already saved. But that's 5 so far. Thought we'd have a tiny bit more, but sometimes I overwrite, like, I overwrite so many ideas. We don't get like, one stream will get like over 30 ideas, and sometimes I write them in last minute. Other times I write like over 40 ideas on a piece of paper down, and we only get like 15 max, but whatever. What if Tara died instead of Lily? Well, I don't feel like Lily would have lived too much longer, because think about it. She had lost everything. Megan, and everything like that. So, even Tara did not want to go with Glenn right away. So, Lily would have probably only lived so much longer. What if Beta was the leader of the wolves? That's actually pretty decent. How much more minutes? Oh, you're saying you forgot about the Q&A, Ren. I hope you know where we left off with the gameplay. We left off with Beth dying instead of Maggie this time around. And that was about 30 minutes ago. So we got about 30 minutes left in the stream, give or take, a little less. What if Beta was the leader of the wolves? That's good. That's 6. What if Mika survived? I've had Mika survive, and what if Sophia survived? She survived right up until the end, almost died. But for a centered what if, I can't really think of one. What if Sophia survived kind of made Mika the best I could make her? What if Herschel was Rick's father? You guys have made like Negan and Dale Rick's dad before. Let me think. I'd have to think of an idea that would make that sensible. For Dale and Negan, I could come up with something, but Herschel, not really. The backgrounds with Dale and Negan kind of fit more than Herschel. What if Troy Otto's family were the leaders of Woodbury? I have what if Troy and the governor swapped places, so that kind of already explores that idea. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right about Herschel being old and maybe that working. Yeah, that actually makes sense. All right, I'll go with it. So that's 7 ideas. What if Tyrese survived? Yeah, I have that one saved. And have different ones revolving Tyrese saved. Are you going to choose all different choices in the game now, or just some? I'm going to go through every single ending possible. For... What was I going to say? For this replay through, I'm just doing what if Beth died instead of Maggie at the school. And then I'm going to go through multiple different endings with Shane as much as I can. And then we're going to do Rick. We're going to do everything. So, yeah. It's going to be quite a while before this game is done. I was thinking that we were going to be totally done with this game by 2023's ending. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might not be until like the beginning of 2024 that we're done with this game completely, which is fine. What if Shane was Negan's brother? For that one, I might need a kind of idea for that one. What if Axel killed Beth like the original plan? For the show, it really didn't seem like Axel was the kind of guy to kill anybody. Oscar definitely seemed more villainous, besides Andrew and Tomas, so I'm going to have to go no-go on that one. What if Negan killed Carl? That one's already been done before on the channel. You just have to find it. But that's 7 ideas so far, and we have 20 minutes left in the stream. And they're decent enough ideas so far, and we got plenty of time for more. Yeah, for that Shane being Negan's brother thing, yeah, I'd need some context. They might have. They might actually creep in the comics. At least that guy from earlier when I was playing the game's gone, long gone by now. Guess he finally got tired of running his lip. What if Beth lived yet? No, because I can't. Beth's the character which I can't find a what if to center around. Unlike others like Carl and Tyrese and stuff. What if Dwight killed Rosita instead of Denise? Rosita's one I think that that one I can actually do, I think. Yeah, I think I could work something out with that. What was that one that I said I needed context for? Oh, Shane being Negan's brother. Who recommended that? Ren. I need some... if you thought of an idea for how that would be possible, please let me know, because I'll accept ideas just as long as they have a good premise and they sound decent. To me. To me. All right, that's 8. Think of Merle and Daryl. But it's Shane and Negan. Well, I'm not going to replace the brotherly bonds, but I could do something similar. I got it. I got it. So whenever Rick kills Shane and then Rick meets the Saviors and they get at the lineup, then I'm going to have Negan go really deep with the lineup scene, saying that Rick was responsible for the death of Shane and somehow finding out about it. That is definitely, that actually is good. All right. What if Shane was Negan's brother? Makes 9. What if Andrew and Tommaso were good guys? Then I kind of like them as psychos more. The other 3 I could do as good guys because they are. They just seem better for that role. Putting in Merle, I think that Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita being in season 1 would be better. And they possibly get to Washington. Technically, they were in season 1 in the comics, and I think I have them meeting in the comics like they did as a what if saved. So that's technically like that. Because the comics went way faster than the show did. They skipped past a lot while doing a lot. Like The Walking Dead Destinies. Let's see what we got here. 509. Okay. What if Daryl became a complete claimer? You guys recommended what if Daryl and Joe were brothers? That's going to kind of explore that idea, but not completely. Because I don't think I could really make sense of Daryl becoming a complete claimer. Just doesn't seem like him. He has pretty much been a part of every single group since the beginning, and yet always went with the side of Rick and their family. I'd have to think of a what if that Beth would somehow survive. I got it. So Beth survives, but she doesn't. She gets shot in the arm. And then this time a shootout happens. Instead of Daryl instantly going and shooting at Dawn, this time everyone shoots at each other. And then Beth wakes up with no one there and goes off on her own. She goes off on her own for so long, she comes across the Croat. And that's whenever we get into the Negan and Maggie spinoff. I think that's the best way I can possibly think of to make Beth have a centered what if. So I'm going to title it, What If Beth Was in Dead City? If Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl died all there, you're taking Daryl out of a situation which really you can't. Abraham and Sasha, not too big of a deal, but you're taking out a lot of numbers there, and it'd most likely go downhill from there. Daryl was much needed until pretty much throughout the entire Walking Dead. They kill him in the spinoff, or shortly, like into maybe finding Rick, then that's fine, but they need a good reason to. What if Daryl was Shane's best friend? One of you recommended me, what if Daryl and Shane teamed up to kill Rick? That's going to revolve around that. What if Rick met the small biker group in season 5? You mean the biker group with the saviors? Then he'd just be meeting. That'd be a little far out for them to meet the saviors quite yet. Honestly, I think I have What If Rick meeting the saviors along with other groups early, but I'm going to have to see what I do with that. What if Merle never met the governor and ended up in France, reunited with Daryl again? I have Merle and a bunch of other characters joining other groups, especially from Fear, but not France. I'd have to think of how Merle would get there. I gotta think about that for a second. Yeah, I think I could do that. Merle's the only one who I could think really end up in France besides Rick, because because France is all revolved around the Daryl Dixon spinoff. It's suited for him. Let's see here. What if Beth joined the Saviors? I'm gonna put that as a bonus because I think I have that saved. Daryl ends up in France because he's looking for Rick at the end of The Walking Dead, but runs into bad people and ends up at sea, tied up out there. And it basically just comes down to Rick, looking for Rick, and everything being just a huge big deal. I have what if the CRM was involved early? What if Shane was a secret CRM soldier? What if Dr. Jenner was a secret CRM soldier? And what if the CRM was featured early? And what if other people went to the CRM? So I think that's like all I'm really going to do regarding that. Most of those will happen when I talk about the CRM. So, yeah. Plus, we know next to nothing about them quite yet. Just small notes in World Beyond and Fear. Meaning that when we get the Rick and Michonne spinoff, we're going to get a huge backstory. And remember, Rick and Michonne is not going to have a season 2. They specifically said that it's going to come down to 6 episodes, an hour long, because they were planning to do movies. So the Daryl and Maggie and Negan spinoffs might have a season 2, but the Rick and Michonne one won't. Because, yeah, they were planning to do 3 movies, which would be like, what, 2 hours long? I think like that. But then they switched it to 6 episodes being an hour long, something like that. Yeah, if you think about it, the ending of The Walking Dead really isn't an ending. It's more like a semi-final ending, if you get what I mean. It's an ending, but it's more or less meant for the characters that are not like main characters. Which, does that mean we'll never see them again? I'm thinking that they're gonna... Remember, we have so many more what-ifs and stories and all of that and everything. Like, think about this for a sec. We got the original group at Alexandria and all the communities. And then we have Morgan looking for Rick. And we have Daryl and Carol off in their own place. Maggie and Negan in their own place. Madison and Alicia. Daniel and Strand. And Skidmark. And we have all these characters in all these different places still in The Walking Dead. So these spinoffs have to connect them. If they don't, we're getting a season 12 of The Walking Dead. No doubt about it. As like maybe a final idea. But that's just me. We don't know that yet. I don't think we're going to know fully on like an ending until maybe summer of 2024. So that at least gives time for the ones who live to feature an end, and for Daryl, the Book of Carol, and Dead City to get season 2 like into production and everything else. And then only then do I think that we're going to get a hint at a true ending. If we don't, then we know 2025 is going to still feature the frickin' Walking Dead. But that's 11 ideas so far. Decent ones. Not really. Teddy honestly was his own crazy enemy. So him featured in any group is really a bad move. Yeah, Fear's a spinoff. So is World Beyond and Tales, which is what I'm saying. We still have all these characters from every spinoff and the main show who haven't connected. So we still have a lot to cover, which is why we're not done with the story. So I guess it's just down to seeing what 2024 holds in for all of our people. But let me see something here real quick. Yeah, we're about out of time. We got 11 ideas for the Q&A, which is fine. We've had 4 ideas before and went with that. And like I said, I have near 200 what if ideas saved on the channel, so it's not like I'm going to run out of ideas. Q&As are just something to get us talking and just, keep the channel alive even that little bit longer. But I'm going to call it here. I've already been on here for 2 hours, 18 minutes because of the stream, the gaming, and this. But tomorrow, it will be late. Spoiler alert. I will be doing the stream late, depending if I get off early. I ain't going to be getting onto true YouTube stuff until after 4 maybe, unless I'm let off early. Because then I got to come home, do a bunch of other stuff. And then we got to see if I can get the stream before 6. If I can't, it will be after 6 o'clock. So tomorrow's gaming stream is going to be late, but not too late. Just beware of that for those of you who stick around for tomorrow. Other than that, thank you guys so much for joining the replay part 1 today and for joining the Q&A with 11 ideas here. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next gaming stream. See you guys next time.